Hi, I'm Alana and welcome to Button Bash. Hundreds of copies of E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial from the Atari were dug up during an excavation in New Mexico earlier this year and are set to be sold on eBay. Apparently the city of Alamogordo had a unanimous 7-0 vote to put some of the 800 titles up for auction via eBay and the city's official website, and the auction is set to start in a couple of weeks and end before next year. The copies are currently being stored in the New Mexico Museum of Space History under the watch of the Tularosa Basin Historical Society. I mostly just find the journey here super funny, because the game was a giant failure back in 1982 because they rushed to release it alongside the E.T. movie. I mean, it was so bad that it was supposed to have actually contributed to a video game industry collapse that occurred in the 1980s thanks to a saturation of way too many crappy games, so people just kind of stopped buying them. So then Atari had all these copies of this super crappy game that they couldn't sell, and so they just buried them in the desert. And for ages the whole thing was this giant urban myth until they got dug back up recently. There's definitely a lot of history in these games, and I feel like they'll auction for some pretty hefty prices as a result, but you're still getting a game that was so unwanted that Atari decided to bury it in a freaking desert just to get rid of it. Apparently Alamogordo is going to keep like 500 copies of the game, and the Museum of Rome wants some too. Where were all of these avid E.T. supporters back in 1982? Atari needed you, man. You only just started caring now because it's like cool or hipster or something.
Oh, here we go. Okay. So, there's an arrow on top, apparently showing me the way I need to go. Oh. I can do this. Good.
The previously announced Special Edition Super Smash Bros. 3DS XL console has been confirmed for North America after originally only being confirmed for European release. The 3DS XL system will be available in red and blue with some popular Smash Bros. Characters lined up on the cover and is set to launch on September 19th, just ahead of the launch of the game on October 3rd. Apparently the console bundle won't actually include a digital copy of the game, which is kind of odd, but it's still cool. It still looks cool, so that's the main thing, right? Nintendo did also announce two other special 3DS XL systems during GameStop Expo, one NES inspired and the other Persona Q inspired, and apparently those two are going to be exclusive to GameStop. Seems a little odd that they're making even more special edition 3DS XLs when the new 3DS and new 3DS XL consoles have just been announced, but those are only in Japan and I'm sure there's a reason for it, right, Nintendo? Hopefully? Dying Light, the open-world zombie game from Techland, who also make Dead Island, has had its release date pushed forward. It was originally set to launch in February 2015, but this has been updated to January 27th in North America, January 28th in Australia and New Zealand, and January 30th in Europe and in Asia. The game is set to release on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PC all on the same day, and is currently available for pre-order. Pre-ordering gets you a special mode called Be the Zombie, which allows you to play as a speedy breed of zombie called the Night Hunter, tasked with finding and killing human players. Cool. A new blue Xbox 360 console has been announced, featuring the biggest hard drive in the 360's history at 500 gigabytes. And as well as including a matching blue controller, it's going to be bundled with copies of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghosts and a month of Xbox Live Gold. Apparently the system will be exclusive to Walmart though, which is pretty weird, and it has only been announced for the United States thus far. It's set to come out on October 7th. Another black bundle has been announced too, which is the 500 gigabyte holiday value bundle, and that one is set to go on sale next week in the US. A Destiny glitch has allowed players to fire weapons repeatedly without the need to reload at all. I also want to say there's infinite ammo too, but that part is more than a little unclear. Either way, there's a lot of it, and the glitch works for anything from your primary weapon to heavy weapons like the rocket launcher. Damn. It definitely works in the story mode, not sure about multiplayer Crucible because I'm not game enough to try it, and anyone who does risks being penalized by Bungie in some way who actually have been alerted of the glitch. YouTube user One That's Exiled has uploaded a video proving this one true, though there's no instruction on how to do it yourself. Though that's probably for the best, lest Bungie find out and you end up being the one that's exiled instead. I'm Alana, and thanks for watching Button Bash.